Hi, my name is Krista Johnston, and I'm an assistant professor here in Women's and Gender Studies at Mount Allison University. My research is in social movements. So currently I'm doing research on reproductive justice and midwifery in New Brunswick. I'm a founding member of the Birth Justice Research Initiative here at Mount Allison. And I also do research on migrant justice and on Indigenous newcomer relationships in Canada. The Women's and Gender Studies program at Mount Allison University has been in a period of growth and transformation over the last few years. We have 4 faculty currently associated with the program and a vast area of new courses under development. I'm particularly excited about new courses cross-listed with Canadian Studies and Geography, courses that touch on issues such as transnational feminism, like our second-year Feminism Across Borders course, and courses like Feminist Praxis, a 4th-year capstone course. There are a lot of students who decide to minor in Women's and Gender Studies because this minor works really well with pretty much any major. And any program you can think of has had a minor in Women's and Gender Studies. We also have a new major in the program, as well as the option of doing an honors thesis in Women's and Gender Studies. And this spring, our first honors student will graduate from the program. Women's and Gender Studies is a really important interdisciplinary field of inquiry. It comes from social movements, and this is a vital part of Women's and Gender Studies programs in the current moment. In fact, the relationship between social movements and scholarship in Women's and Gender Studies is really evident even in the core concepts that we use in the field. I thought I would talk to you today about a concept called interlocking oppressions. This concept was coined in the 1970s by a Black feminist collective called the Combahee River Collective. In 1977, the Combahee River Collective issued a Black feminist statement. And in this statement, they took great pains to explain how systems of oppression interlock. That is, that these systems don't just kind of pile on top of each other, but they work completely in tandem, that they lock together in a way that makes them really hard to break apart. This foundational, important concept is one of many that we work through in the Women's and Gender Studies classroom. It helps us to understand how oppression is organized, as well as how feminists throughout history have attempted to combat oppression. The concept of interlocking oppressions is important in helping us to think about the ways that we are differently positioned within systems of oppression, sometimes in ways that afford privilege, and sometimes in ways that really deepen oppression and marginalization. This key concept of interlocking oppressions also illustrates for us the importance of the scholarship and activism of Black feminists, of Indigenous thinkers, of people with disabilities, queer, trans, and many other marginalized communities. It helps us also to think critically about the implications for action, for feminist praxis. It helps us to think about the vital importance of alliance building. I hope you'll join us in the Women's and Gender Studies classroom to learn more about interlocking oppressions and to become part of the vibrant feminist community here at Mount Allison.